A Hunt County woman claims a sheriff's deputy punched her repeatedly during an arrest when she was 38 weeks pregnant.
Now, part of that arrest was recorded on video, which was then posted online. The incident happened during a child welfare call at a home in Quinlan. Fox 4's Natalie Solis is in Greenville tonight, where she talked to the woman about the arrest. Natalie.
All right, well, Heather and Steve, Deanna Robinson is a decorated Air Force veteran. She has since given birth to a healthy baby boy. That is despite being 38 weeks pregnant last month and allegedly punched repeatedly in the back by a Hunt County Sheriff's deputy. This is the video that surfaced on YouTube. What appears to be a Hunt County Sheriff's deputy punching Robinson on March 4th while her hands are cuffed behind her back. She says her pregnant belly banged repeatedly against the kitchen counter, causing heavy bruising.
Had me handcuffed, continued to push and pin me into the corner, and as you may or may, it's not obvious in the video, but I was 38 weeks pregnant at that time. I was a week away from delivery.
Robinson arrested for resisting arrest, assault of a public servant, and interfering with child custody. That day, deputies and Quinlan police showed up at her parents' home for a scheduled CPS interview regarding a previous domestic dispute with her husband and involving her 18-month-old son. She says they refused to show her the paperwork, and she started to close the door. And that's when they stormed in.
The 3 officers are pushing into the kitchen. It's becoming very crowded in there. I still haven't seen a warrant or a court order. I stepped in front of my son and put my hands up and began screaming, "No, you're not touching my kid."
Robinson says in seconds she was in cuffs, then the punching began before the video cuts out. She says what you do not see are the punches that follow, 4 or 5 total.
With my 18-month-old son watching his mother be assaulted and him screaming in fear and traumatized, watching his mother be beaten by law enforcement officers.
Robinson says the video was taken by a home security camera at her parents' house that only records in 30-second clips, which is why it cuts off abruptly. She answered questions at her attorney's office in Greenville. Her newborn son Levi and parents in tow. Robinson served 4 years in the Air Force and 8 as a reservist, including a tour of Iraq, which is where she was recognized for pulling people out of a burning aircraft.
Our law enforcement officials are there for the protection, to protect and to serve, and where was the protection of her and this baby?
I want my kid back. I want him back right now. I wish they would go bring him in here.
Well, Robinson's 18-month-old son is now in temporary CPS custody after all of this, along with 3 other stepchildren. The Hunt County Sheriff, Randy Meeks, did release a statement earlier today. He says again that this incident is under investigation and that all allegations of misconduct are taken seriously. He says more information will be released when the investigation concludes, and he also says there will be no assumptions or guesses until all the facts are determined. Steve?
Okay, so what usually comes out of this type of thing is a potential lawsuit. If she's got an attorney, that might be the next step. Is that what they're planning on? A lawsuit against the sheriff's department, something like that?
Right. We asked about a potential lawsuit. We also asked about any formal complaints. And so far, neither have been filed. Her attorney says that it is simply too soon for that. They tell us that her priority right now is getting her children back in her care. Her attorney says that they felt the media would be more effective right now in getting the attention of the Sheriff's Department and CPS than simply filing a complaint. And as I mentioned, so far, no determination on a lawsuit. Steve?
All right, and we're waiting to hear from the sheriff's office as far as the sheriff's side of the story, the investigator side. All right,
That's
Natalie,
right.
thank you very much.